Remember we did the crafting of this on here. Now it's time for us to start our ventilation. I just did a little bit of this not too long ago. I want to see how far we can go on this live video. We are folding 2 to 3 inches. Let's see how far. I want to get up until this point before the ending of today, even though I have long nails. Let's see how far I can go. So I'm using the split knotting pattern of ventilation. I'm sorry for that cut. Sorry for that. I'm using the split knotting pattern of ventilation because she wants to use this for her braided wig unit. I want it to come out natural. I can't bleach the knot because it's a blend hair, but I want to do it in such a way that even after ventilation, the knots will be so tiny that people will have to ask, where did you say you did this customization? And they'll have to come back to me. That's one thing about perfecting your crafts. If you perfect your craft, you give your clients the best, then you don't even need to post anymore. You get jobs from, because she's from a referral. I don't know her in person, but someone referred her and she was like, she trusted me. She made her payment yesterday and was like, please start it up. If I get this type of clients 3 times in a month, I don't need to beg for the rest of my life again. I don't even need to post again. God send me clients like this. Amen. Clients are very considerate. Clients are listening to you when you tell them because they know you know better. They know you can give the best advice. She wanted initially to do this with a blonde hair. of length, 12 inches. I told her no, if you want to use this for braids, because you know during braiding they will part this and then braid, part this and braid, part this. It won't give that look. And the blend, if you want to use an extension that is not the same hair color as the blonde unit she wanted us to vent with, it will not come out fine. The hair will be looking so razzy and rough. So you need to give her, and once I get to the front area, I will start picking exactly 1 strand of hair. The reason I'm picking 2 to 3 strands here, so that the braider will be able to grab something. If I pick one strand, the braider will not be able to grab anything, and it will be cutting when he or she would try. Like if I pick 1 strand, if you grab it, it will cut. So we need to pick exactly 2 to 3 strands of hair. 2 to 3 strands of hair when ventilating. For the body, for the hairline is a different ballgame. I'll have to use an actual hair, high-end hair for the hairline area. If I come to this, is called the hairline area. Once I get to this axis, I'll use one strand of authentic hair, raw hair, so that the hairline can be bleached and it will blend. If she decides to melt the lace, it won't be visible. But this is a blend. This is looking very silky because I'm giving it the best ventilation. So if you have hairs or blend units, you can actually ventilate them. You can give it to a good ventilator and specify what you want them to do exactly for you. Let me show you guys. This is the hair I'm using. It's not hair, it's blend. Can you see? Even me looking at it, you will know it's not a yaki. It's a yaki unit, but it's not the real hair. It's not the real hair, and I have to pull out. I want to show you guys the short strands of hair that came out from this. You pull it out so that it doesn't mess, and then you fold. Because it's a blend hair, I can't fold from this point. I will have short strands of hair. See the way it's looking flat from this angle. Let me bring it closer. Because my tripod, because I folded this long. It's very long. What I folded was very long. If I had folded a little, I would not be able to grab the hair while ventilating. I have a course on this, and you can actually buy the course without stress by clicking the link on my description. We call this hair ventilation. Most people call it hair ventilation for medical units or people with alopecia. If I can get up to 4,000 watch hours, I'll be so happy. I don't know. I've had this channel for close to 7 years now. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know. Because I know I post my shorts though. I have high views on the short area, but to get that 3 million views or 4,000 watch hours is the problem. So I can be monetized. Moreover, I'm yet to be monetized. So yeah, I wish I had my music box with me. I would have played some songs now, but I don't. I just have this loud fan here. They took the lights. So I live in a country where light is more like a luxury than a necessity. I'll have to open up my windows. You guys should hold on. Oh no, Nigeria. What the? To bring up my charger from here and position this. I'm taking this tripod out of the aid to this point, so my work desk. To make money in these countries even tiring, as little as light being a basic necessity. Even though you pay for the light, you don't see the light. This is how frustrating, and that's why the GDP of this country is very low. If we have uninterruptible power supply, there will be more efficiency in production. But because from where I come from, we have some certain group of people that have decided to become, they just brought it back. What the hell? I'm tired for real, like I'm exhausted. Just this one viewer that has been with me through thick and thin, I appreciate though. I appreciate. Never can tell. It may be someone that will elevate me. Appreciate your view. Thank you so much. I can't go back to that other area I was at. I was charging my phone, but once this phone battery gets low, I'll have to log off and come back again. I don't want to use my power bank with the phone so it doesn't spoil my phone battery. They took the light and brought it back again. Why even take it in the first place? Just spoiled my home, and I was in a very high spirit this morning. They just spoiled everything. I don't even know what I made a mistake now. I have to pull off this carefully though, so it doesn't tear my lace. Oh shit, God, I beg. This nonsense NEPA people. Just messed up my work. It has lump now because they took the light. I was not seeing that last one I did. It formed a lump somewhere here, and if I'm not careful, if I pull the lace. Thank you for the like. I'm from Nigeria. From my accent, you would have known. I'm from Nigeria, Ella. I'm from Nigeria. Where are you from, Ella? I'm from Nigeria, baby. I'm from Nigeria. Immediately they took that light, there was a statement I dropped. That was something that would have given anyone away. So in Nigeria, once they take light, we shout NEPA, because NEPA is the company that is responsible for provision of light to the country. They call it Nigerian Electric Power Authority. And it's a fucked up organization. It's fucked up, it's messed up. For a country this big, we are the giants of Africa, like they claim. We are the most populous black nation in Africa. We have about 2 million people, and even more unaccounted for. The last time we had our population census was 10 years ago, so we might even be more than that. And we have brains in this country. The richest black man is from Nigeria. The third richest is from Nigeria. We have players like Osimhen. We have that sexy boy that is currently dating Cardi B, Maduka Okoye from Nigeria. We have a lot of brain and talent. We have Steven Ndidi from Nigeria. JJ Okocha is from Nigeria. Kanu Nwankwo. These are great footballers. They're from Nigeria. But we have corrupt leaders. So that's why the country is not progressing. Very corrupt leaders. And what else again? We have the highest GDP in Africa, but to me it's useless, because it's just more like making the rich to get richer and the poor to get poorer. Just like me, I am a graduate. I graduated 6 years ago when I was 20, but because we don't have jobs readily available in Nigeria, I learned this skill myself. I'm self-taught, by the way. So in Nigeria, it's either the rich is getting richer and the poor getting poorer, or you have oil money, or you're a Nepo baby. I'm not a Nepo baby, so I have to work for my money. But I appreciate you asking. One of these days, I would love to travel to teach my skill if I can, or if I can afford it, or if I save up money, because we are at the what do they call that in economics? We are at the high risk inflation. In 2026, it became more because my president decided to borrow billions of naira from the World Bank. Despite us being an industrial nation, we have oil, we have gold, we have basalt, we have coal, we have a lot of natural resources. Even as I'm talking to you now, where I stay, if you are digging a well, we still make use of the traditional well. It's actually very nice. If you live, I don't know where you are chatting from, but from where I stay, if you're actually digging a well, you can dig out oil. You can dig out a lot of things. It's just more like a daily reoccurrence in my country. But because of the bad leaders, their own strategy of ruling is to keep the citizens poor, so that a certain group can get richer by the day. Yeah. But aside that, we have a good sense. We are the best. We produce the best movies in Africa. Nigeria is just a lot of things, and we are very entertaining. We are like the kindest people you can find in the world. If you find one black person and the person is not from Nigeria, know that country is not moving forward. Anywhere you go to in the world, you must find a Nigerian, and they are very hardworking. In this space, when it comes to medicine and surgery, outside of the world, we have more Nigerian doctors than. But that's just it. That's just it. We have bad government. Despite that, we have bad government. So I won't say. Let me just continue with my ventilation. So we are making use of the split knotting pattern of ventilation. This type of pattern helps to hide the knots. But I don't know if you can. I need to close my window so the light will focus more on this thing. I'll close my window. I need my tripod to focus on. I don't need any other source of light. I don't know if you can see this clearly. The reason why I'm making use of this split knotting is that it helps to hide the knot. I can't really bleach this particular hair because it's a blend hair. So using the split pattern of ventilation helps out. So this is how you do it. You pull in your hair. You pull this one in, and then you pull this other one in, and then you knot it up with your hand. That's the way it goes. I'll go again. You pull in your hair. You form a V. This is a V. Then you draw in the first one, and then you draw the second one, and then you knot. Thanks for the like. And then when you talk about the double knotting pattern, you just pull in the hair. You're not drawing and you're not creating a V. You just pull everything once. Pull in the second time. That's a double pattern of ventilation. But that's not what we are making use of, because the double pattern tends to give more knots. Unlike this, if I should open up this now, it looks as if the hair is growing from the scalp. But if I use the double knotting pattern, it will show. It will be so bulky. The knots will be so. And I'm picking exactly 2 to 3 strands of hair. And I'm using a particular technique called they call it one line spacing, meaning that if I pick from this line, I jump to the next line. I don't pick from the other line. It's more like mathematics. If you learn this is the vertical lines, so the goal is to pick and not pick here. You pick from the next one and not pick from the next one. I don't know if I can zoom in. I even forgot I can zoom in. Oh my god, this zooming is nice. I will explain further. I've grabbed the one now. You should see I did not pick this one, so I'm going to go over to this one, and I will pick the hair, create my V. A V has been created. If you watch closely, I will pull in this first one, and I will come in and pull the second one. Gently, because the lace is a fragile lace. The lace is a fragile lace, so you have to be very careful so you don't tear the lace. And this particular craft, I call it art. It's a way of expressing yourself. You can use this to craft dreadlocks for men, male two-piece, closures and frontals, medical laces and wigs, eyebrows, mustache, and whatnot. Anything that has hair, you can actually craft anything that has hair from this. I also share regular updates on my shorts, side of YouTube. So if you can go to my videos down, you can learn one or two as well. And everything we do in hair ventilation makes use of the client's specific head requirements. You measure the client's hair. You don't just work without measurements. For example, we are working on a 13x6. I will have to reduce this so I can explain. It's still big. Is there a way to reduce more? Oh, I think this is the furthest I can reduce, the furthest I can go. So I'm going to divide this, if you notice, from this base. It's a 13x6, meaning I'm working with, from this angle to this angle, 4.5. From somewhere here to here, 4. And then from here to here, 4.5. When you calculate 4.5 plus 4, you'll be getting 8.5. If you add another 4.5 here, you'll be getting exactly 13. So that this summation gives us our 13. And then this length, I don't know if I can straighten my tripod. I'm new to all this. So now from this axis to this axis is measured. It's supposed to be 13x6, but I added extra inches here so that even if my C should stop somewhere like this, there will be extra lace to show that is a new frontal. This extra lace, most clients love their laces coming extra, so they can cut it off and install by themselves. So if I cut out something, let's say I stopped exactly at the C's, there will be no extra lace remaining, and I won't be able to ventilate because I can't ventilate the edge of the lace, so I need something over. So we are working with 13x6. That's basically all for the measurement. You can ask me questions, so I'll be very glad to answer them on anything pertaining hair ventilation. So now I'm going to ventilate this area. Now is like the hardest to vent. What I will do is that if I'm venting, I'll be stopping at the end, so that I don't mess up my ventilation pattern. That's it. The idea is to be stopping at this point. At some point, everything will start aligning. And I'll leave you and go. More like I want to do it in such a way that is organized, and not stressful. So I will just focus on this area for now before moving into the next axis. I have to be very careful, so I don't, in the course of ventilation, I don't go and pull in hairs that you are meant. So the hairs does not enter my own side. I don't want to pull in these hairs into this area that I'm working on. I want everything to be very neat. If you have slippery hands or you have sweaty hands, you can always use a powder to help you with ventilation. You apply powder on your hands and then you start venting. Once it gets sweaty again, you apply the powder. And if you're someone that is scared of pins, it comes in different sizes. If you can work with a bigger size, fine. If not, you have to train yourself to learn it though. Because that way you can create beautiful pieces for yourself. Even if you're not selling it, you can make for yourself. So I've used up everything now that I have. Oh my god, guys, remember this? I used this when I came on in the morning to create this base, this thick base you're seeing. So I'm folding 2 to 3 inches. You can use a tape to measure this out, but because I'm very used to ventilation, I can actually tell if it's 3 inches or more. So that's it. You measure out, or you pick hairs that are not much, the ones your hand can manage, and then you start picking. Yeah. So the goal is to build this up from here, and from here I'll start creating mini steps. Let's say I walk from this point up until here. I can enter this particular part of this ventilation and stop somewhere. I want it to be in steps like this, like the pyramids. That's what I'm trying to create. My battery is low now. I have to charge it, and maybe I'll come back by, what's the time? Currently it's 1:23 West African time. I'll come back later. Thank you guys for sticking with me and watching. I'll have to go and come back later. My battery is like 14%, so I'll have to plug it and come back in like 30 minutes. It should be filled up. Thank you so much. I appreciate and I love you so much. Bye. I don't even know, how do I off this? Okay.